Grand Rising. Today is Thursday, September 15, 1442. This is a universal, sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient, natural, divine affidavit in the Moorish American, Moroccan, Article 3, Consular Court, Command, and Arrest Command. This is a court action, macx+cause 000000111. And all rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is a sovereign, living, ancient, Article 3, Moorish American, Moroccan Consular Court action. I am Sovereign Living Justice Sharon Ann Peart Johnson, in capitis diminuto nolo, in red ink, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredis. My free chosen national appellation is Shasha Ann Bay, in capitis diminuto nolo, in red ink, in proprio persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredis. We are the original indigenous, sovereign, ancient, Moroccan, Moorish American ascendants of the great pharaohs of Kemet and of the ancient Moabites and Canaanites. Our full faith and trust, our allegiance, our credit, and our energy are hereby vested in ourselves, for we are the people who are the original indigenous, natural, divine, ancient empire state of Morocco and the de jure Moorish National Republic federal government. We hereby exercise all sovereign rights at this time and at all points in time. We are the most ancient sovereign court, both at heaven and at earth. No United States corporation, company, person, nor its agents, principals, heirs, assigns, nor any derivatives thereof, has personam jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction, nor territorial jurisdiction over me or any more, whom and the Moors are the sovereign Moorish nobility on this earth. We are the executors, creditors to all of the nations of the earth. We are the heirs of all lands, all resources, and all universal commerce. We are ministers, trustees, beneficiaries, creditor, claimants, and heirs of our own vast estate. This universal, sovereign, lawful cause of action is manifested by the original indigenous, sovereign, natural, divine people who are the de jure Moorish National Republic federal government, the de jure Moorish American Consulate, and the de jure sovereign universal Article 3 Moorish American Moroccan Consular Court. The universal natural area code for this sovereign court is A8HL 5CP KZC 7QJ. This cause of action sovereign alphanumeric identifier is MACX CAUSE 000000111, which is notice to appear to the named United States Corporation Company persons for unlawful occupation of our sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient, ancestral lands. The date that the United States Corporation Company persons were commanded to appear is today, Thursday, September 15, 1441 on the ancient sun calendar, 1442 on the ancient moon calendar, and 2022 on the Gregorian Greco-Roman calendar. The time of action is 4:33 post-meridian Eastern Standard Time. This video platform is recording at least 2 or more sovereign Moorish American witnesses present, and all who view this sovereign consular court action on the public record are witnesses as well. This audio and video platform does not in any way diminish the sovereign authority, universal power, nor the ancestral efficacy of the commands by this court, nor our consulate, nor our sovereign Moorish American government. Lawful notification was given to the said United States Corporation Company persons by way of the public record and electronic mail. all of the commerce by the said United States corporation company persons has been terminated by way of our sovereign universal commercial code 1 lien. We, the justices of the Moorish American Consular Court, do hereby minister universal sovereign consular court actions in the favor of all Moors where unlawful occupation of our sovereign original indigenous lands is proven, with nationality status being the proof necessary to activate our sovereign living courts to action. This course of action is hereby placed on the public record for the public record, and letting the public record show that the United States Corporation company person are hereby called at this time, and you are commanded to state your name and nationality for the Moorish American people, who are the Moorish National Republic federal government. Once you have stated your name and nationality for the record, you will then be required to respond to 3 questions by this live-in court. Your only response to these questions shall be yes if yes is true, or no if no is true. You are commanded to say nothing further, and no questions will be answered by this sovereign court. At this time, we call for, here we go, Ralph James, doing business as custodian in the Office of Managing Director, Mandeville Agricultural Complex Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Ralph A. James, doing business as custodian in the Office of Secretary, Mandeville Agricultural Complex Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Dwayne James, doing business as custodian in the Office of CEO, Mandeville Agricultural Complex Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Kazembe and Associates, Attorneys at Law, Courtney Kazembe, doing business as attorney, custodial attorney at law, Kazembe and Associates, Attorneys at Law. State your name and nationality for the record. Akuna Noble, doing business as custodial attorney at law, Kazembe and Associates, Attorneys at Law. State your name and nationality for the record. Ruth Ann Campbell, doing business as custodial paralegal, Kazembe and Associates, Attorneys at Law. State your name and nationality for the record. Sharice Walcott, doing business as custodian in the Office of CEO and the Office of Commissioner of the Commissioner of Lands, National Land Agency. State your name and nationality for the record. Charmaine Hewitt, doing business as custodian in the Office of Director, Eland, National Land Agency. State your name and nationality for the record. Stephanie McLean, doing business as Registrar of Title, custodian in the Office of Registrar of Titles, Titles Office, National Land Agency. State your name and nationality for the record. Adrian M. Levy, doing business as custodial licensed surveyor, Island Surveyors. State your name and nationality for the record. Edward Keith Levy, doing business as custodial licensed surveyor, Island Surveyors. State your name and nationality for the record. Ainsley White, doing business as custodial authorized representative, GEO Land Title Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Pierre Shirley, doing business as custodian in the Office of President of the Board, Realtors Association of Jamaica. State your name and nationality for the record. Leslie Ruda Smith, doing business as custodian in the Office of President, National Realtors Association. State your name and nationality for the record. Felicia Wiltshire, doing business as custodian in the Office of Senior Director, LAMP, Land Administration and Management. State your name and nationality for the record. Glendon Newsom, doing business as custodian in the Office of Senior Director for Survey and Mapping, National Land Agency. State your name and nationality for the record. Glendon Newsom, doing business as custodian in the Office of Chairman of the Board, the Land Surveyors Board, National Land Agency. State your name and nationality for the record. Lloyd Barnett, doing business as custodian in the Office of Chairman, the Jamaican Bar Association Company Limited, JAMBAR. State your name and nationality for the record. Andrew James, doing business as custodian in the Office of Chairman, the Real Estate Board. State your name and nationality for the record. Michel Gantois, doing business as custodian in the Office of President and CEO, Jamaica Public Service Company Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Bevan Miller, doing business as custodial field technician, Jamaica Public Service Company Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Jamaica. Leroy Malcolm, doing business as custodial field technician, Jamaica Public Service Company Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Junior Cespedes, doing business as custodial field technician, Jamaica Public Service Company Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Michael Barnett, doing business as custodian in the Office of President of the Board, National Water Commission. State your name and nationality for the record. Christine Morris Gillespie, doing business as custodian in the Office of Director, CWC Color Holdings Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Garfield Sinclair, doing business as custodian in the Office of President, Cable and Wireless Jamaica, CWJ, doing business as hello. State your name and nationality for the record. Steve Price, doing business as custodian in the Office of Managing Director, Cable and Wireless Jamaica Limited, Flow. State your name and nationality for the record. Mark Kerr Jarrett, doing business as custodian in the Office of Chairman of the Board, Cable and Wireless Jamaica, CWJ Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. John Charles Malone, doing business as custodian in the Office of Chairman of the Board, Liberty Global PLC. State your name and nationality for the record. Ainsley Power, doing business as custodian in the Office of Commissioner General, Jamaica Tax Administration. State your name and nationality for the record. Janet Hedge Murray, doing business as custodial administrative assistant, Jamaica Tax Association. State your name and nationality for the record. Kerry Ann Clunas, doing business as custodial administrative assistant, Jamaica Tax Administration. State your name and nationality for the record. Charlton McFarlane, doing business as custodian in the Office of Chief Executive Officer, Office of the Registrar General, Registrar General's Department, Jamaica. State your name and nationality for the record. Lloyd Waller, doing business as custodian in the Office of Board Chairman, Registrar General's Department. State your name and nationality for the record. Lincoln Allen, doing business as custodian in the Office of Postmaster General and custodian in the Office of Chief Executive Officer, Postal Corporation of Jamaica Limited Liability Company. State your name and nationality for the record. Diana Brown Miller, doing business as custodian in the Office of Chief Executive Officer, Black River Hospital. State your name and nationality for the record. Steve Fu, doing business as custodial medical officer, Black River Hospital. State your name and nationality for the record. Shauna McFarlane, doing business as custodial medical officer, Black River Hospital. State your name and nationality for the record. Tonya Hawkins Behari, doing business as custodian in the office of custodial medical officer, Black River Hospital. State your name and nationality for the record. Vivian Elliott, doing business as custodial medical doctor, private medical practice. State your name and nationality for the record. Vivian Elliott, doing business as custodial medical doctor, private medical practice, registration number 881192. State your name and nationality for the record. Wayne Chen, doing business as custodian in the office of board chairman, Southern Regional Health Authority. State your name and nationality for the record. Shauna McFarlane, doing business as custodial medical officer, Black River Hospital. State your name and nationality for the record. Let me correct that. Shauna McFarlane, doing business as custodial medical officer, Black River Hospital and Southern Regional Health Authority. State your name and nationality for the record. Steve Fu, doing business as custodial medical officer, Southern Regional Health Authority and Black River Hospital. State your name and nationality for the record. Tonya Hawkins Behari, doing business as custodial medical officer, Southern Regional Health Authority and Black River Hospital. State your name and nationality for the record. Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine, Judith Mowat, doing business as custodian in the Office of Chief Executive Officer, Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine. State your name and nationality for the record. Shelley Ann Forte Sykes, doing business as custodian in the Office of General Manager, Hart, Muirhead, Fatter, Attorneys at Law. State your name and nationality for the record. Tracy Long, doing business as custodial attorney at law, Hart, Muirhead, Fatter. State your name and nationality for the record. Mark Golding, doing business as custodial attorney at law, Hart, Muirhead, Fatter. State your name and nationality for the record. Harriet Edwards, doing business as custodial assistant, Hart, Muirhead, Fatter. State your name and nationality for the record. Derek Sangster, doing business as mayor, St. Elizabeth, doing business as custodian in the office of mayor, St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation. State your name and nationality for the record. Errol Liebert, doing business as custodian in the office of Chief Executive Officer, St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation. State your name and nationality for the record. Broderick Smith, doing business as custodian in the office of Chief Parish Judge, St. Elizabeth Parish Court. State your name and nationality for the record. Latoya Rule, doing business as custodian in the office of Clerk of the Court, St. Elizabeth Parish Court. State your name and nationality for the record. Lloyd Waller, doing business as custodian in the office of Chairman of the Board, the Registrar General's Department, RGD. State your name and nationality for the record. Charlton McFarlane, doing business as custodian in the office of Chief Executive Officer, the Registrar General's Department, RGD. State your name and nationality for the record. Janet Williams Archer, doing business as custodial secretary, Archer's Funeral Home and Supplies Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Sylvia Lynn Chuck, doing business as director, Lynn's Funeral Home Limited. Sylvia Lynn Chuck, doing business as custodian in the office of director, Lynn's Funeral Home Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Juliet Lynn Chuck, doing business as custodial secretary, Lynn's Funeral Home Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Charles Pennycook, doing business as custodian in the office of coroner, Coroner's Court, Kingston, Jamaica. State your name and nationality for the record. Charles Pennycook, doing business as custodian in the office of the coroner, Coroner's Court, Kingston, Jamaica. State your name and nationality for the record. Christopher Goldson, doing business as custodian in the office of clerk of the court, Coroner's Court, Kingston, Jamaica. State your name and nationality for the record. Michelle Brown, doing business as custodian in the office of clerk of the court, Coroner's Court, Kingston, Jamaica. State your name and nationality for the record. Royston Clifford, doing business as custodian in the office of clerk of the court, Coroner's Court, Kingston, Jamaica. State your name and nationality for the record. Judith Ramlagan, doing business as custodian in the office of Chief Executive Officer, the company's office of Jamaica, ORC. State your name and nationality for the record. Nurses Association of Jamaica, so Patsy Edwards Henry, doing business as custodian in the office of President, Nurses Association of Jamaica. State your name and nationality for the record. Nasha Lee Harriet, doing business as custodial receptionist, Nurses Association of Jamaica. State your name and nationality for the record. Tourism, Godfrey Dyer, doing business as custodian in the office of chairman, Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF. State your name and nationality for the record. Herbert Mackenzie, doing business as custodian in the office of Public Defender, Office of the Public Defender. State your name and nationality for the record. Peter Knight, doing business as custodian in the office of Chief Executive Officer and also custodian in the office of Government Town Planner, National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA. State your name and nationality for the record. Patricia Sinkala Makala, doing business as custodian in the office of Director, National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA. State your name and nationality for the record. Carl Thomas, doing business as custodian in the office of Director, Kudea Guest House, Inc., Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Patricia Knecht, doing business as custodial secretary, Kudea Guest House, Inc., Limited. State your name and nationality for the record. Paula Llewellyn, doing business as custodian in the Office of Director of Public Prosecutions, Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, ODPP. State your name and nationality for the record. Aberline Scott, doing business as custodian in the office of Chairman, St. Elizabeth Parish Development Committee. State your name and nationality for the record. Rocky Mead, doing business as Major General, Chief of Defense Staff, Jamaica Defense Force. State your name and nationality for the record. Roxeletta Bent, doing business as CEO. Doing business as custodian in the office of CEO, Bent's Funeral Home. State your name and nationality for the record. David Bent, doing business as CEO. Doing business as custodian in the office of CEO, Bent's Funeral Home. State your name and nationality for the record. Stuart Lloyd Beckford, doing business as custodian in the office of Commissioner, Jamaica Fire Brigade. State your name and nationality for the record. And all heirs, assigns, principals, agents, and derivatives thereof who are present, for any and all of the company's United States Corporation Company persons called forward, step forward, state your name and nationality for the record. The names of the United States Corporation Company persons were called. Said United States Corporation Company persons failed to respond and failed to appear. Islam. Silence is acquiescence. Therefore, those who do not speak when commanded have consented to our universal sovereign jurisdictional authority by way of this sovereign ex parte action. As the United States Corporation Company persons did fail to appear and or respond point for point, sovereign ex parte actions by the Supreme Justices, who are the living Moorish American Consular Court, are further affirmation that we know that we do not need the permission of anyone to lawfully govern our vast estate, and all United States Corporation Company persons are subject to this justice. And all subsequent justice and commands by this court, our sovereign government rulings are the supreme law for our land, even in matters ex parte. We the people do hereby state that those United States Corporation Company persons whose names were called are guilty of unlawful occupation of our sovereign, original, indigenous, ancient, ancestral lands. All property on our land is already in the sovereign possession of the heirs, and all United States Corporation Company persons' fraud has been removed from our sovereign resources. The American Provost Marshal is hereby notified and commanded to arrest you and place you at Guantanamo Bay Prison, where your decapitation shall occur. All who choose to live and breathe on our land are subject to us and shall obey all sovereign commands by us, and no public office nor property shall be held by said consenting subjects. Sumus de sanctum unum, sumus de sanctum unum, sumus de sanctum unum. We are the holy ones. Nous vivons, nous vivons, nous vivons. We live. Sumus claves regni abundante imperium. We are the keys to our abundant empire. Amen, 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 dico vobis, quaecumque alle geveritis super terram erunt ligata et in caello. E quaecumque solveritis super terram erunt soluta et in caello. Amen, 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 dico vobis, quaecumque alle geveritis super terram erunt ligata et in caello. E quaecumque solveritis super terram erunt soluta et in caello. Amen, 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 dico vobis, quaecumque alle geveritis super terram erunt ligata et in caello. E quaecumque solveritis super terram erunt soluta et in caello. Truly I say to you, whatsoever we bind on earth is bound in heaven, and whatsoever we set free on earth is set free in heaven. With the completion of this sovereign Moorish American Consular Court action, we the heirs do hereby peacefully tribute to ourselves and to our sovereign heirs that which is rightfully ours, according to the will of our eternal, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, infinite, self-existent, self-sufficient ancestors who are present here for this court action, and who are within us now and forever. This sovereign Moorish American consular court action is hereby complete. Peace and grand rising to the ascended Moorish American nobility, and grand rising to all of risen humanity. Islam.